Next into the den is Sussex-based serial inventor Stephen Ransom.
I sit down and look at what problems there are in an industry and then try and solve it with technology. I hope that they see the quality and the thought that's gone into the product. Hello, Dragons. My name is Stephen Ransom, and I'm here today to ask you for a £90,000 investment in return for a 20% share in our business Brighter Bikes. The Brighter Bike indicating system is a wireless indicating and braking system that fits easily onto any handlebars, onto any helmet, seat post or any backpack. The cyclist can now for the first time indicate right, indicate left and brake. We have a patent on the key aspects of the design, and we have an EU design patent pending. We are looking for a dragon or dragons to help us bring this system to a potentially worldwide market. Thank you for listening, and would you like to see the product?
An indicating and brake light system for bicycles
Put your helmet on.
Yeah.
Yes.
is the offering from Stephen Ransom,
Oops.
who's looking for £90,000 in return for a 20% share of his business.
The other one?
Okay.
Break a bit, break a bit, break a bit.
Yeah,
break.
so we can
Oops.
see it.
Oops.
Oh, yeah.
Tej Lalvani wants to know more about Stephen's eureka moment.
Hi, Stephen. I'd like to find out about your background. How did you come about this invention, and what did you do before?
Okay, my business life started in 2004. I was following a truck that was having real difficulty in reversing into some factory gates. And I asked the driver if he had any aid to help him reverse. And he said, the guy who invents something for me for that is going to be a bleep, bleep, bleep millionaire. And that gave me the idea to begin a business installing cameras and proximity sensors into large trucks.
And did you become a millionaire?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But this business here grew out of that.
Are you the only company doing indicator lights for cycles?
Well, a lot of the systems out there, they haven't thought about handlebar array. There isn't one single indicating system that has a little button on each side.
So existing systems don't have the indicator buttons on the handlebars, what you're saying?
No, there's nothing out there on the market that does what this system does to the same degree of simplicity and high visibility.
So, manufacturing price?
£63 at the moment because we are manufacturing in the UK.
Selling price?
£145.
The price of Stephen's product has set alarm bells ringing in the den. And retail magnate Tuka Suleiman is concerned that persuading ordinary cyclists to buy it could be an uphill struggle.
Steve, what I'm trying to get my head around is I think if you said to me, we're selling it for £69, that then gives you a product that you can go out to the market
Yes.
and sell in volume or even online.
This is just one arm of the business that we see, because another huge market that is developing is called last mile, which is where supermarkets looking to use e-cargo bikes in order to make their last mile deliveries. We want to be first in the market in a potentially very large indicating and braking market for cycles.
So what are you predicting that you'll sell then in year one with my investment?
We want to sell 1,000 units, but then we would hope with those 1,000 that have gone out to all the key decision makers, traction has been drawn from our website, we would hope to sell 10,000 in the second year. That's what we're hoping for.
I'm struggling to get convinced about the demand for this product. And I feel like we're grasping at potential sales figures for the future when we talk about year one having 1,000 units out with influencers and then going tenfold. I would call that fanciful projections.
My experience in the other business that we have is that proven technology usually drives legislation. Already in Holland, it is obligatory for fast electric bikes to have braking lights.
Well, if you're waiting for legislation to make a sales push for you, I wouldn't if I were you. You need to create a product that there's a real demand for. You're a great inventor, but I'm not sure we've hit quite upon the one that's really going to make us millions. Wish you all the best, but I'm out.
OK.
A letdown for Stephen as the Cash Point Queen punctures his hopes of investment. Will Deborah Meaden get things back on track?
I actually think legislation is the driver. As soon as people sniff legislation on the horizon, that's when the marketplace starts hotting up.
Already in the Netherlands, those indicators and brakes are put on the rear, either on the rear mudguard or on the seat post. And so this will mirror that exactly.
That could be an issue, Stephen, couldn't it? Because if that's legislation, every bike manufacturer will incorporate that into their bike as standard. So we could go down the next 12 months developing the product.
Yes.
But actually in 2 years, your product becomes obsolete.
We don't let that faze us. 5 or 6 years ago, when we were in the camera industry, you would say that the market hardly existed, but now nearly every truck comes with camera systems and sensor technology. We want to be known as the people who can solve bicycle indicating and
I mean, Stephen, look, your biggest threat really is legislation, I believe. When that does happen, bike manufacturers are definitely going to go straight towards developing their own systems on the bike, which means you may struggle. So, on that basis, I'm going to have to say I'm out.
OK.
You mentioned about your other company. You must have some big customers.
Yeah, we do.
So who would they be?
Well, our first customer was fantastic, was Tesco.
Oh, right, OK.
Sainsbury's. We supply cameras and screens to Sainsbury's. We also supply Stobarts. And last year, as a business, we turned over 1.4 million, and we had a net profit of 385,000.
So, Stephen, you've come for an investment for a business that doesn't exist. You've invented a product that's still unproven because you haven't made any.
No.
So, for 90,000, could I invest in your main business and include this in it?
Do we even go to the wall on that one? Yes is the answer.
Good.
The entrepreneur's willingness to offer up a slice of his already successful business as part of any investment has whetted Tuka Suleiman's appetite for a deal. And Deborah Meaden seems impressed by Stephen's business achievements to date.
You have actually got a track record of a good nose, I call it.
Thank you.
And I've got a good nose. You know, it's just that thing that thinks, something here. And actually, once you're part of a field, you can actually start driving the legislation. That, to me, is the big piece of work here that says, actually, we can be part of this, which I find quite exciting. So I'm going to make you an offer. It is for the whole company. And I will recognise the fact that you've got a business that's already making a profit of £400,000. It wouldn't be right of me to ask for 20% of that business. I'm going to do a very unusual thing. I'm going to offer you £90,000. But I want 15%, lower than the percentage you've asked for, but I want it for the whole business.
OK, thank you. I don't know what to say.
an offer. All of the money in return for 15% of his entire business. Stephen may be at a loss for words, but Peter Jones most definitely isn't.
Stephen, I really like the product.
Thank you.
The other thing is, I actually really like your other business. I think there's real innovation to come, actually, and there's a huge market potential there.
Definitely, yeah.
Really exciting market. And it really doesn't surprise me that Miss Meaden has stepped in straight away because she sees the bigger opportunity. I was almost hoping that she would say a slightly larger percentage, but she didn't. So, Stephen, I'm going to offer you all of the money for your whole business for 15%.
So the same as Deborah.
Yeah, it's funny that.
Yeah.
The race is on to clinch the deal, with Peter Jones in tandem with Deborah Meaden's earlier offer. Is Tuka Suleiman preparing to make a sprint finish of his own?
I'm going to make you an offer, but I'm going to make it in a different way. I don't want to feel that you've come into the den and I'm taking advantage of getting into your other business. So I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I only want 10% of your main business. And I want this to be a separate business, but I want 40% of that because I'm going to add a lot of value to this.
So 10% of the main business and 40% of this?
Yes.
Okay.
3 competing offers are now on the table. 2 identical, £90,000 for 15% of the whole business, and 1 very different. The time has come for Stephen to signal his intentions.
I've read all of your backgrounds, and I would love to say I'd love to take all 3 of you. But the 2 people most prominent in my mind were Peter and Deborah. Please don't take that the wrong way, Tuka.
Steve, I guess on that basis, you don't really want me investing in your business, I'm out.
Well, it would be wrong to say that, Tuka.
Yep. Concentrate on us, because that's fine. Concentrate on us.
Well, then would you 2 be able to work together?
I would be happy to offer you half of the money for 7.5% of the whole piece.
Yes.
And I'd be happy to offer you half of the money for 7.5%.
I'd be delighted to go ahead.
Yes.
Thank you, Deborah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Thank you, Peter.
Well done.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Thank you very
Well
much.
done.
Personally, I think you made an excellent choice there.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well
Brilliant.
Success for Stephen, who rides away with 2 business pace-setters, and that small matter of £90,000 tucked safely in his saddlebags.
I've been on a roller coaster and just elated, can't quite believe it.
I'm surprised. I thought there's no way we're going to get it. Hoping that makes you feel better.
It's real, it's happened. I've got 2 investors.